All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about a ducking move and a exploitation move that was pulled by Bill Haney, Devin Haney, at the cost to Brian Norman Jr. and Brian Norman Sr.'s reputation as they go and do the same thing that they've been doing for years, faking like they want fights and framing people for ducks. Let's talk about how Devin Haney ducked Brian Norman Jr. in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Fanon, and this is probably going to be one of the more direct videos and straightforward videos that I've done in a while, because this is about a topic that I've been paying attention to for several years now. And it is Bill Haney and Devin Haney once again trying to create some nonsense to frame somebody for a duck and make themselves look better, like they are the ones out there trying to fight everybody, when really what they're doing is out there clout chasing and dragging people's name in the mud. But before we get into it, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, guys, thank you so much for everything that you do for the channel. We've been here for some years now, and we couldn't have been here this long without you guys' support. So thank you to everybody that supports, and the super thanks of the videos below. But look, this is not going to be a popular topic, and I've been on this, I've had an axe to grind on this particular topic for several years. And to see it play out again in real time and see the exact same moves being made again by the exact same people, let me tell you, man, it is it's interesting to say the least. So, what am I talking about? Over the last couple of days, there's a big harumph in the boxing media and the boxing YouTube streets about Brian Norman and Devin Haney getting in a fight at 147. Brian Norman is the 147-pound champion for the WBO. Devin right now does not have a belt. So Brian Norman Sr., who is the father of Brian Norman Jr., and Bill Haney, who is the father of Devin Haney, they had a back and forth and wound up coming to the part where, like, okay, we came to an agreement. We came to an agreement about the money. We came to the agreement about the whatever, right? All of the things that they felt that they needed to do to say, okay, we've got the preliminary terms agreed to. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, that was the day before yesterday. When I did the video, I still told you, I will believe it when I see it, with Bill Haney and Devin Haney trying to fight Brian Norman Jr. That, to me, sounded like the same thing that they were doing the week before when they were trying to circulate the idea of fighting Errol Spence Jr. at a catchweight after a 2-year layoff where he didn't look good at all against Terrence Crawford. Just trying to find things to keep Devin Haney's name in the media. However, what he's doing is the same thing that they've been doing for years, manipulating boxing fans by tearing down other fighters and setting up scenarios where they're claiming they're trying to make a fight when they're doing anything but. So it didn't surprise me at all when I watched True Media. I got a clip from True Media's live stream where Brian Norman and Bill Haney started yelling at each other. Bill Haney pulled the same nonsense, the same move that he pulled with Gary Russell Jr. The exact same thing. I mean, the exact same thing, straight out the playbook. I ain't trying to hear it, because I know if he did that, I know what the next 3 steps are to try to send some bogus contract to get. But anyway, let me tell you, because I'm telling you, man, like I said, I got an axe to grind on this particular one. So what was the thing that was the exact same thing with Gary Russell Jr. and Gary Antoine Russell? Well, in this talk with Devin Haney, Bill Haney, and Brian Norman Jr., strangely, Bill Haney starts acting like Brian Norman Sr. doesn't represent his son. Like he was confused as to what the role of Brian Norman Sr. was with his son, Brian Norman Jr. And saying, hold on, man, I hear you're not even the decision maker, and gave a name of a lady, right? And he's like, yeah, don't mind that. Don't mind that. Yeah, we've got people that work for us. Yeah, and they've got different roles, but no, you know who I am. Yes, I am. If I want to make shit shake, I can make shit shake. That's what he said. Excuse me for my cussing. He said, if I want to make shit shake, I can make shit shake. And obviously, Bill Haney, as a father of Devin Haney, has inside on Devin Haney too. But what is the problem with this? It was the exact same thing that Bill Haney did to a guy named Batman, who was the quote unquote brother of Gary Russell Jr. And Batman was representing Gary Russell Jr. in this conversation with Bill Haney, trying to get this fight between Devin Haney and Gary Russell Jr. together, some way, shape, some form, right? But what was the huge hurdle? A huge hurdle was that Bill, for weeks, refused to acknowledge that this guy Batman had any say-so whatsoever, even though Batman is definitely talking with Gary Russell Jr. Gary Russell was on my channel. But anyway, it got to the point where Gary Russell Jr. had to jump up and say, look, man, yes, this is my brother. He's not my blood brother, but he's a brother like family. We're family, right? Bill just created all this noise around this guy Batman, and you can't talk for him, and you get off the channel, go away. Now, why does he do that? Because Bill Haney wants the mic to himself, and he wants to tear down Brian Norman Jr., clout chase Brian Norman Jr., set Brian Norman Jr. up for a duck so that he can get the publicity that he needs, but without risking it in an actual fight. He has no intention on fighting Brian Norman Jr. at 147 pounds. Devin Haney would barely stand still in front of Jose Ramirez at 140 pounds, and Jose Ramirez is washed up. So let's get this right. This whole thing with Errol Spence Jr. the week before, Brian Norman Jr. this week, and who knows who he's going to do it to next week, is just an attempt to get themselves in the media and then frame people for ducks and try to artificially insert himself into the role of the boogeyman. The man is an absolute joke when it comes to this conversation, these boxing conversations on YouTube and the interviews that he gets. It's just so manipulative, manipulative. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comments section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.